Foods that weaken your bones. Avoid these for better bone health. Hey everyone! Have you ever felt a random ache in your back or joints and brushed it off as just aging? What if I told you that some everyday foods you consume could be silently weakening your bones? By the time you notice, it might already be too late. Bones are the foundation of our bodies, yet we often neglect them until something goes wrong, like a fracture or osteoporosis. What's alarming is that bone loss can happen without any obvious symptoms. That's why taking care of your bones early through diet is crucial. Today, we're going to uncover 8 common foods that can harm your bones over time. You might be consuming some of them without realizing their negative effects. Stick around to learn what to avoid and healthier alternatives to keep your bones strong. Your future self will thank you. 1. Soft drinks. One of the biggest culprits behind bone-weakening soft drinks, especially colas. These drinks contain high levels of phosphoric acid, which disrupts the balance of calcium and phosphorus in your body. When this balance is off, your body pulls calcium from your bones, making them weaker. Soft drinks are also loaded with sugar, which reduces calcium absorption and contributes to weight gain, adding stress to your bones. Studies show that regular soda consumption increases the risk of fractures, especially in postmenopausal women. What to do? Replace sodas with herbal teas or fruit-infused water for a refreshing, bone-friendly alternative. 2. Excess salt. While salt enhances flavor, too much of it can lead to calcium loss. When you consume excess sodium, your kidneys work harder to filter it out, and in the process, calcium is excreted through urine. Over time, this can weaken bones and increase the risk of osteoporosis. Processed foods like chips, canned soups, and frozen meals are often high in hidden sodium. The recommended daily limit is 2,300 milligrams, but most people exceed this unknowingly. What to do? Use herbs and spices like garlic, basil, and oregano to flavor your meals instead of relying on salt. 3. Alcohol-heavy alcohol consumption interferes with calcium absorption and damages osteoblasts, the cells responsible for building bones. Over time, alcohol-induced bone loss increases the risk of fractures. What to do? Stick to moderate drinking, 1 drink per day for women and 2 for men, or opt for non-alcoholic alternatives like smoothies with calcium-rich ingredients. 4. Caffeine. Drinking too much coffee can interfere with calcium absorption and increase its excretion through urine. Research suggests that consuming more than 3 cups of coffee daily can raise the risk of bone fractures, especially in older adults. What to do? Limit coffee intake to about 4 cups a day and consider swapping some with herbal teas or decaf options. 5. Red meat. Excessive red meat consumption can lead to calcium loss through urine. High amounts of animal protein may also increase body acidity, prompting your bones to release calcium to neutralize it. Additionally, organ meats and fatty cuts contain purines, which can contribute to joint inflammation and gout. What to do? Consume red meat in moderation and balance your diet with plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, and tofu. 6. Sugary treats. High sugar intake interferes with calcium and magnesium absorption, both essential for strong bones. It also triggers inflammation, which can accelerate bone loss. The average person consumes far more sugar than the recommended daily limit, increasing the risk of osteoporosis. What to do? Choose natural sweeteners like honey or fruits instead of processed sweets. Dark chocolate in moderation is also a good alternative. 7. High oxalate foods. Foods like spinach, rhubarb, and beet greens contain oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium and reduce its absorption. While these foods are nutritious, consuming them in excess can impact bone health. What to do? Pair high oxalate foods with calcium-rich options like dairy or fortified plant milks to balance nutrient intake. 8. Processed foods. Processed foods are often loaded with sodium, sugar, and preservatives that deplete calcium levels and hinder nutrient absorption. Diets high in processed foods are linked to a greater risk of osteoporosis and fractures, particularly in older adults. What to do? Prioritize whole, natural foods like fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. If you must eat processed foods, check labels and choose low-sodium, low-sugar options. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to share it and subscribe for more health and wellness tips. Keep your bones strong and stay healthy.